Welcome to Friday Night Party Line. I'm your host, Victor Frost, and tonight we've got a bevy of wonderful topics. First off, though, we've got Cherba. Hey, Cherba.
I'm still looking at Power Rangers stuff on Wikipedia.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about the dangers of being a Power Ranger right before the show. And then we got, from New York, we got Nelson.
I represent all good and bad New York values.
Ah. He has apparently also started his bid for presidency. That statement. And we've got George. Hey, George.
How's it going, Victor?
It's going all right. So first episode of the new year. We had a nice little. We had 3 or 4 weeks off from doing the show. That wasn't too bad.
That was nice.
Nice little month of vacation, but we're back to work here. How was you guys' New Year?
I lived on a boat and I didn't even steal it this time.
Were you rolling with the motion of the ocean?
I was indeed. If the boat was rocking, just, feel free to knock. It's probably just wash.
How about you, George? How was your New Year?
Pretty good. Spent it in Rhode Island with friends, playing games and drinking.
Why would you go to Rhode Island?
Because that's where my friends were this year.
Oh,
For
man.
no other reason.
Where? Where in Rhode Island, dare I ask?
It was like...
I don't think they're going to be there next year,
45.
Vicky. You can't get in ahead of time.
It's like 45 minutes outside of Providence. It was...
Oh, so they were in Boston.
Cow country.
No joke.
Sounds like they were in cow country.
No
Sounds
joke.
like they were in
I
cow
had
country.
to drive, through Connecticut, through Rhode Island, through Massachusetts, through Rhode Island, through Massachusetts again, and then into finally Rhode Island where we, were.
I am thinking about the geography of that, and how did you go in and out of Rhode Island and Massachusetts twice to get back into Rhode Island? Because I'm thinking about it, and I can't imagine any route that would take you that way. That is bizarre.
When you get to the western edge of Rhode Island, the roads do weird things. Well, I mean, they're entirely normal roads. It's just the state lines do funny things.
They're not lost. They're
is
just having an accidental adventure.
Exactly.
All I can hear in my head is the Adventureline song from the Stanley Parable. The beautiful fanfare. What about you, Nelson? How was your New Year's?
It was very sleepy. Oh, but apparently, according to Steam, I played 60 hours of The Witcher.
That little?
And
It's a good game.
He wished a
All
lot.
right then. Well, let us be about it, gentlemen. So, first episode of 2016. Let's start with the usual fare. What New Year's resolutions did you guys make and/or already break for this year? And we'll get to the second half of that discussion after we find out what you guys did or did not do. Turbo, you got any resolutions for the year?
No, I didn't, because so far I am pretty much one for how many years have I been alive for keeping New Year's resolutions? So I just went, you know what? Fuck, I'm just going to leave it this year. There's no point. Because all you're going to do is you're going to make a resolution, you're going to break it before too long, and then you're just going to feel bad about it and not actually keep doing it. So why bother? Just do things.
I've been sticking with my resolutions, but we'll get to that later. George, how about you? What are your did you make any resolutions at all?
I don't feel that the arbitrary date on the calendar has any, power over what I should change.
Maybe I'm tired. I feel like I'm getting the feeling like I'm talking to the wrong crowd here.
It
Nelson,
really is.
Nelson,
I made
you're my
one
only
resolution.
Okay, what's your resolution?
Play more board games.
That's a goal, damn it.
I've resolved to make a concerted effort to play more board games.
Okay. Well, I did not make resolutions. I did make goals. My goals this year is to lose 30 pounds so I can get down to like 220.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I'm a big guy.
That's a long
Lose 20
ways,
pounds.
though.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Lose 30 pounds. Um, publish 2 videos a week, which so far I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good with this
Does
year.
this count?
Uh, yeah. Of course this counts.
Wait, you're just gonna click upload. There's no editing.
Still counts. And I'm going one of my and this actually I guess this might actually I'm not sure if this is a resolution or a goal. To improve my photography skill, and in order to do that, I've joined a photo a week challenge group. So you get like these goals. Like each week, you have a particular kind of photo you're supposed to take. Like, oh, take an artistic photo of the color red, or oh, take a landscape, with this sort of specification or that sort of specification. And I've been keeping up with that. I'm on week 3. It's very fun.
Yeah, I've seen some of your stuff on
Um,
Facebook. It's fun.
yeah, thank you. I think it's looking all right so far, but only time will tell.
I
So,
like your
all right.
bouquet
Well,
of
I guess.
screwdrivers.
Yeah, I still got them right here. Hold on. I
That
still
was
got it. I
pretty.
haven't bothered.
I very much
I haven't
enjoyed
bothered
that.
putting them away. I haven't bothered putting them away yet. This is actually supposed to be something I'm going to plant an actual plant in, but I think I might keep my bouquet of screwdrivers in there. So I guess this sort of brings us up to the second half. Should we even bother making resolutions to begin with, since it's like
No.
3/4 of the panel is half-assing their way or not doing it in the first place?
Well, I make
think-
resolutions when I have my yearly physical with my doctor, and he's like, you need to cut back on the saturated fats, and I go, yeah, I should.
But do you?
For like 2 weeks.
Man, the last time I had a physical, the doctor told me that we should probably stop smoking while we were standing out the back of his surgery, both having a cigarette. So,
God damn it, Cherba. How are you actually like a person?
I know he's like. It seems like he's a series of very cleverly crafted anecdotes and like this compilation of great anecdotes. That's what it kind of feels like his life is sometimes. It's like,
see, the trick
is he actually is Cherba actually a person, or is Australia really that awesome? And I'm kind of wondering.
Oh no, the thing is, when I was 12, I just hired a team of Jewish writers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm basically just, curb your enthusiasming my way through life.
Yeesh. Well, if
No, my
Trump
doctor
wins
is-
this year, if
My
Trump wins
doctor
this
is an
year, we
old
might be
school
coming.
guy, so he's cool.
Well, if Trump wins this year's election, I might just be coming over there if they let me in.
It's actually really hard to emigrate to Australia. Just
Is it?
Yeah. It's not the easiest thing in the world, dude. That's for sure. Especially if you come by boat. I don't advise that. Yeah, of all the lessons that we learned from the indigenous people of Australia, maybe stop the boats should have been the wrong one, probably.
But yeah, for serious actual resolutions, my ongoing resolution is to just lose a bit of weight because I've got a bit of belly fat. Not healthy. Try and get rid of it. I'm always sort of trying to lose a bit of weight. It usually doesn't go well. Since I started this goal, which was about a year ago, I've lost about 5 pounds, which is progress.
Incremental progress is still progress.
Incremental progress.
Although I think 5 pounds may be within the margin of error.
I've lost 5 pounds. Don't take that away from me.
Well, I think George, you brought up an interesting point earlier on about you don't. You said that you don't understand. You don't subscribe to an arbitrary, making changes in your life due to an arbitrary date on the calendar. Is that more or less? I mean, I don't know. Are you the type of person to ascribe to subscribe to traditions, basically, in cultural traditions, or do you take the a la carte sort of methodology in picking whether or not to go with a tradition or not?
I probably would subscribe to the a la carte. I mean, like, my family, we have lamb at Easter because we're Greek. That's just tradition. It's also delicious, but tradition is the reasoning behind that, of course. But I don't think that because we've always done it this way is a good reason to do anything.
That's a reasonable
Yeah.
thing to say,
Yeah.
but I mean,
It's an okay place to start about any topic, but it's not a good reason to keep doing something.
I do have an extra one though. There's a lot of people who take the piss out of other folk who make the resolution that they're going to sign up to the gym and lose weight, and then they just don't. They sign up to the gym and then they go a couple of times and then just don't go.
Oh, that
And
was
people
apparently
make fun
this
of them.
fucking week. Oh my god, there are so many people at our gym.
Here's
Yeah.
the
Especially gym people make fun of them. You shouldn't make fun of them because you know why your gym membership is so cheap? It's all of those people.
No,
If
no,
they
I don't make
actually
fun
had
of
to
those
serve
people.
those people,
Those
then
people.
your gym membership would be so expensive.
I don't make fun of
Yep.
those people who go and start up and they go. I make fun of those people who come to the gym and then they're sitting there on the treadmill with their
Reading a
fucking
book.
phones, taking a selfie. Look at me on the treadmill. You're here to get healthy. Fucking do your cardio. Lift your weights, and go home.
Actually, there
I
is one tip I will give to those people, and it's very brief, is that if you want to go to the gym more, but you don't always feel like working out, then do as Terry Crews does, which is, sometimes you go to the gym, you don't want to work out, you feel shitty or whatever. Just go to the gym, sit in the lobby, and have a smoothie and read a book or something. As long as you go to the gym, that is the important part. Form the habit of going to the gym. You don't have to exercise there. You just have to go. Once you've got that habit, the exercising part gets pretty easy.
Yep. You read the you read his Reddit AMA too, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Terry
if
Crews,
I,
man. How can I not?
Terry Crews.
I definitely recommend going to the gym with someone if you can.
Buddy.
Yeah, because then not only are you forced to, you have an obligation to another human, which most humans put some weight towards, but also if you want to do the cool badass exercises, you've got someone who can catch the thing before it hits you.
It's called a spotter, Nelson.
Yeah, but I was dumbing it down for our potentially non-gym going audience.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. George, I know you go to the gym. Does anybody else on this panel actually go to a gym?
I go to a gym. Usually twice a week.
Yeah, I usually
Really?
average about twice a week. I try to do 3.
Wow.
Here's the problem with, Nelson, your plan of having a person to go with. When that person is your significant other and you live together, it is very easy, as I did this evening, for you to say, do you want to go to the gym or do you want to go get margaritas and burritos?
That's very true.
And the answer is almost always margaritas and burritos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a gym for your mouth.
So yeah, the goal.
I suppose
is always 3 times
trying
a
to
week.
fit the biggest burrito you can possibly fit in your mouth could be considered a stretch.
I have done that. It was at Chipotle in high school. It was the size of a baby.
A baby. Huh?
Yes.
So now we
Wait,
know
I
that
did
Nelson
one
can
was-
stuff a baby in his mouth.
That is valuable information. Why, I don't know, but there it is. So, I mean, so what about the arbitrary date sort of factor of it? I mean, is the New Year even a thing that we should bother celebrating? I mean, it is literally the ticking over of a calendar, which, I mean, for people who had physical calendars on the wall, yes, that may have been a mildly momentous occasion. You know, take your puppy's calendar off the wall and put up your kitty cat calendar on the wall. But what about? But we don't have those anymore. I mean, do you guys have a physical calendar?
No, we also don't have checks in which to make the joke that we are writing the wrong year in.
Yes.
I have both of
Actually,
these things.
I do have a check.
George, do you have
I
a
will
fax
note-
machine?
I do have a check.
Don't have a fax
I
machine.
will note.
I also don't have a scanner.
Oh, man.
I have a fax machine scanner right there, but it is also part of my printer.
I have a
So-
networked printer. That is all. It is a
Yeah.
laser printer. That is the only thing it does.
I do not own a printer.
Well, because Nelson comes from a land beyond the singularity, wherein he has transcended all paper forms.
Also,
It's
I
nice
work.
that he never has
I-
to print anything out and sign it.
Well, no, I also work in publishing. We've got printers at the office.
That's cheating.
Oh, that's not cool. Yeah. Actually, I do have a check. It is one of the 3 checks my bank gave me saying that I should order a checkbook. I opened this bank account 2 years ago. I still have like 2 checks left.
And that was how Victor lost all his money.
Oh no, you see, I covered up the account and routing information with my hand.
We can still zoom in and enhance.
Yeah, have you seen them enhance on CSI? It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's crazy stuff.
I
Alright, so
watched
we
them
get-
once zoom into someone's eye to see the killer.
Yeah, get the reflection
Their
from
eye
your
to get the
fingernail,
reflection.
and then the diffraction of light through your hand, because your hand is not perfectly opaque, and then run calculations for 2 billion years, and then we'll figure out what your banking number is.
No, it takes 30 seconds, Nelson. That's the TV has
Well,
told
we don't have FBI computers.
Can we just while we're on this, discuss bring up the topic that we literally have cameras that can see around corners now?
Oh yeah, that's pretty neat.
We do.
It's pretty
Yeah.
neat. Okay.
We have guns
It
that
is
can
pretty
shoot around walls too.
I've seen the shit.
That is not as impressive as a camera that can see around a corner. I'm sorry, Chirba, it's just
Oh
not.
yeah. But how's this?
Yeah.
They also come with an accessory that you can stick on the end that makes it look like a cat. I'm not kidding. That's a real fucking thing. They make it in
I
Israel.
know. I know, that's a thing.
You can
is
shoot
also
people with
terrible.
a fuzzy cat.
Could you call that a Catling gun?
No.
No.
Oh, fuck you. All right. So New Year's resolutions kind of a bust. We don't really have any. And should we? I mean, is there a point of even having New Year's resolutions? Can we not simply set these goals at any time of year, or is there any sort of cultural or mental weight that's added to the fact that we do it around the New Year's?
Here's a weird thing. I think that we can set these things around the year. I actually started going to the gym in like March or something weird like that.
Yeah, me too.
But I feel like there's not a lot of cultural weight behind spring as the turning point in Western countries so much. But I feel like it is a more natural, like, I'm going to do something new. Spring cleaning, spring, you put away your big heavy Rochester coats and you get out your skimpy, downstate New York coats. It's cold here.
No, it's
Heavy Rochester coats.
But yeah, spring, I think, is a good time to start new things.
So you think
Not
maybe
bad.
people should start doing the resolution kind of tradition around spring instead, because it has that natural seasonal shift?
Maybe. I don't think it would actually be more efficacious than New Year's because people are really bad at forming new habits. Uh, but I think it might help.
I think it's more advantageous to make to form a new habit one at a time.
That's also true.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
and just
like
sort
it's
of
like
build up on your new habits?
Yeah, the problem with New Year's resolutions is like, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to clean up the house. It's like you are setting yourself up for failure so hard. That is way too many things to try and do at once.
Oh, yeah. No, I just experienced that phenomenon because I'm basically doubling down on my media production for this year, and I made this 2-week schedule, and I realized that I am loading up way too much on any given.
Nelson.
Bye, Nelson.
Oh, he's back.
Nelson's
Hi,
back.
Nelson.
I don't know what that was.
Don't worry, much like the listeners who were hoping for a new episode in the last 4 weeks, you didn't miss much.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, but I realized that I was loading way too much onto this, so I had to kind of pare back what I'm doing. So more evenly distribute things, give things more lead time, more working on time. Otherwise, I knew I was going to fail.
Yeah, for us, It was sometime in spring last year we decided we really should go to the gym on a regular basis. So we signed up for a gym. We've been going probably an average of every 2 weeks the whole year. Or not every 2 weeks. I mean, twice a week, every week for the whole year we've been members.
Yeah.
And sometime a few months ago, we watched a TED Talk about being weekday vegetarians. It's just like, hey, it's healthier to eat less meat, so here's a good way, just eat vegetarian on weekdays and have meat on the weekends, and that's a good way to reduce your meat intake. And I was like, that sounds like a good thing. We should do that. And we've been doing that.
Jesus shit.
What
on.
the hell was
Hold
that?
on. Is that
Nelson.
a landline?
Food arrived.
Oh, no, that's
Nelson.
no.
That's his doorbell. That's what that was.
God.
I
Like,
know.
is he just giving me crap for having, like, to sign things
I
and
know.
use checks?
That would be that's Nelson's cassoulet that has arrived.
Yay.
Yay. Okay, I think sure, but what about you? Do you think that resolutions have any more weight when done in the new year, or do you think it's just a matter of the New Year's having its own sort of placebo effect on our willpower?
I think that you can buy a new monitor at any time of the year, and that's okay.
I got a Pebble.
Mm.
That was 10% off.
I got I bit the bullet, and I finally got an Apple Watch.
Oh, you got
It
an
was
Apple Watch.
It was $100 off.
How many dollars is that then?
It was like 200, which
That's-
it's just at the limit of like this is a silly toy, but is interesting from a UX perspective, and I'm a UX developer, so I should play with it.
The Pebble Steel was $225. I like it.
Yeah.
I am bereft of smartwatches.
Do you have a watch?
Man, your wrists are so dumb.
No.
What do you got? Just like rocks, like a rock bracelet? Tell the time with your sundial?
No, but I carry my calculator around, and I can use it really well to keep track of my sheep. So I got these. These are nice.
That's good.
Someone is just going to combine this with like a flashback to last year when we're all saying, yeah, smartwatches are dumb, you shouldn't get a smartwatch.
Did we actually say that? I don't think we
did.
I'm pretty sure we all agreed that smartwatch.
I think you said smartwatches are dumb.
And I was the first one to get one.
Yep, you were.
Here's the weird thing.
I
So
waited a long time to get one, but
I normally don't wear a watch, and I didn't know why. Like, I would wear it for a little bit, and then I'd take it off. And I didn't know why that was. And then I got, like, a $20 knockoff mayonnaise loop, as they call it. The one that just kind of wraps around and doesn't have a buckle. And then I realized when I'm typing on my laptop, it's the buckle that irritates me.
Huh.
And
Huh.
I've been wearing this for like 2 days, and I'm just like, I forgot about it. Until it taps me on the wrist and was like, hey, you got a tweet. You like that? And I'm like, yeah, I like that.
I pared
That is
down my
really weird,
notifications
man.
so hard. Well, I don't have Twitter or Facebook on my phone.
Hmm.
Well,
All mine
I don't
does-
have.
Well, I don't.
have the
Can I?
apps.
I need to bring this up. I'm sorry. I need to bring this up. I do not have Facebook on my phone, but not of my own volition.
What?
I am
How did you
apparently.
do that?
Here. I am apparently among. Do you guys remember, like maybe a month or so ago, an article came out saying that Facebook was crashing its app for Android users on purpose?
I
What?
recall.
Why?
Victor, that was last week.
Yeah. In
Like-
order
like
to
this
test-
this week.
in order to test them, in order to test whether or not they would go and start using the web interface for Facebook on their phone. Well, I started getting notifications on my phone about a week or so ago from Facebook notifications, but through Chrome. And yesterday, my phone, day before yesterday, I tried opening up the Facebook app on my phone, and it would immediately crash. Just immediately. And I thought, that's some rather suspicious timing. And I'm not using Facebook on my phone anymore. Actually, the entire app is gone. The only Facebook-related app I have is Messenger, which I use for communicating with peeps. But nope, Facebook app completely disabled. Not using it. I'm not going on it through the Chrome. I am saying fuck you to Facebook.
What phone do you have?
I have the Samsung Galaxy Note 5.
And you can get rid of Facebook?
I can disable the application.
I am impressed. 'Cause I have
Anyways,
a Nexus,
that's-
and I got a Nexus specifically because it doesn't come with Facebook,
Yeah.
among other.
Yeah, but it's just it pissed me off. That's what it did. It really just pissed me off, and I'm like, fuck you.
I saw that article and I kind of laughed at it. I was like, because the conclusion they drew from this testing was that they were trying to find the threshold at which the app was too unstable and people wouldn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
And the conclusion was there was no threshold. People need their Facebook like they need black tar heroin, apparently.
Hey man, that's not true. You can quit black tar heroin.
That is also true.
It is really difficult to quit Facebook once you're on it because you have that whole social network. I have one friend. She's a journalist. I have no idea how she's not on Facebook. No clue.
Sure.
All right. Well, anyways, let us proceed along the topics list here. Next topic we've got on the wrong chat. Here we go. Next topic we got is the Cyborg games are coming. The 2016 Cybathon is where enhanced Cybathletes, which is a horrible word.
No.
Yeah, it's a horrible word. We need a different word for that. Where athletes using prosthetics, let's just say athletes using prosthetics, can all compete together. It's going to be taking place in Zurich in October 2016. They apparently allow any kind of technology.
You know what they need to allow is someone from at least a halfway competent marketing department to basically just go over everything they have ever named.
Cyber marketing.
Can we at least address the fact that Cybathlon is a horrible word?
It's bad.
That's
All
just-
of those words are bad.
Yeah, that is terrible. It should be a cyberthon.
No, it really shouldn't.
No, it really shouldn't, George.
Just
Um,
cyber everything. What are you doing? Cyber track and field, cyber high dive.
Look,
yeah.
I work in the
Yeah.
government, and we really like the word cyber. Okay, it's our
For
thing.
no reason.
Um,
I don't
so
know
I
why.
just read a book by an author whose name I can't recall.
Really? You did? You
Um,
just read a book by an author?
It was called A History of the Future in 100 Objects. A sort of play on A History of the World in 100 Objects, which is a very famous design book by the British Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically little snippets of sci-fi going forward every few years from 2014 to I think like 2080 something of just neat ideas. And one of the ideas was that the Paralympics, which everyone knows as the less popular thing than the Olympics, they create an enhanced division where regular athletes that have no disabilities can compete and use prosthetics and use drugs and use all the cyborg style enhancements, and it obviously becomes way more popular than the real Olympics.
I think I could probably set a world record in those Olympics because I will get to that. I'll join the 100-meter sprint. All those guys will line up on the line, and I'll just pull up on a fucking Ducati.
Enhanced, eh?
Oh yes. If they want to argue, I'll just I don't know, strap it to my leg or something. Like roller skates. Actually, that'd be really cool, but wildly impractical. I wonder if anyone's done that. This is what it's like
Roller
inside of
skating?
my head all the time.
It's
Like
a
Ducati
very
roller
fascinating
skates?
world you live in there, Churba.
It's horrifying, man. Like, sometimes I'm fucking lying there awake at night just staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out if Chewbacca has hairy palms or not.
No, a lot of mammals with hair everywhere have very like padding and stuff.
Hmm.
Humans with
No.
hairy hands don't have hairy palms.
Yeah.
Yes, but when he's got the hands going, when he's like choking the shit out of Lando, you can see he's like got hair on the underside there. I
Does
don't
he?
know if that's wrist hair or hand hair.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
he's got
just
hair
like
all around.
solid carpet.
It's for traction.
Oh, like
What?
like shorter traction hair.
Maybe. Got claws. Like a cat.
Anyways, this event apparently has people coming in with exoskeletons, eye tracking and BCI, all that sort of stuff. 60 international teams developing, quote, novel technology. They want to apparently get in the summer 20. They want to get run the Cyber Olympics. I'm calling it the Cyber Olympics.
Yeah.
In Tokyo in 2020. They're
Of
trying to get that going on.
On.
Of course, it's in Tokyo because.
Well, no, the
people
first
try
one
to
is
get
this
hard
year.
benefits.
No, the first one is this year.
Oh, it is.
They're trying to get into Tokyo for 2020.
Well, let's hope they do, so that weebs everywhere can be very excited.
Indeed. I am interested in seeing. I want one of the events in this to be a giant robot fight, because we're still due the fight between the Kuratas and the United States' mecha, which I have no idea what the name of it is.
That's true.
Kuratas
Have we
robot
won
fight. I
yet?
need to kind of know. Let's see here. Megabot. Our robot's name is Megabot. Kind of
Of course
underwhelming.
it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of underwhelming. I'm not impressed. But still, I am very much looking forward to it. Apparently, it's going on this year, so we have that to look forward to. Huh? Yeah? That's going to happen.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah. I don't know. They got. I mean, these things are huge, and
Yeah, I know.
I think one of them is going to be. I think one of.
Robot
Well,
Wars is
yeah.
great. They're tiny, and when you've got a tiny robot, you can do mad things with them. All the big robots in Robot Wars were shithouse.
Yeah, they really were. Even the big robots that were good. The reason they were good was because they were able to launch tinier robots.
Ah, yes, swarmers.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we can look forward to this year. This Cybathlon, this Cyber Olympics. Stupid thing. What a goddamn awful marketing department. All right. Last topic of the evening. Drones. People has them. I have two. Is 2016 going to be the year of the drone? What?
No.
Not in
Yeah.
DC.
Not in DC. Not for
Probably
you.
not.
No.
It really, I mean, drone use in the U.S. really depends on the FAA. Like, what they
Didn't they just
allow?
regulate?
Yeah, they already took care of that. They're done. You
Oh.
register your drone. If it's under a certain size, you could just pay $5 for registration and you're done.
I think it's there's two. There's drones that don't require registration, which is under it's either 150 or 250 grams.
Yeah.
And then there's the class between that and the giant octocopter ones, like that covers all your regular parrot drones and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is the $5. You register your serial number on the drone chassis and parts
Yeah.
and shit with the FAA. And then there's the big commercial-sized drones that you have to register and is a more involved process. But
Yeah.
you get a bit
Like
more
this whole
freedom
thing-
because they assume you are not an idiot.
Mhm.
This thing, I've not waited. I don't think this falls under the weight restriction for me to have to register it. But my Parrot AR drone, I had to register that, and I think people are going to be getting a lot of these little guys and flying them around and breaking them and spending $30 more and buying another one because it's so fun.
Actually, that's one of my favorite things to do around Christmas time and like other big holidays like Father's Day is when you just go on YouTube and search for, sorted by new videos, drone injury. It is just multiple hours of footage of people fucking ramming themselves in the face with drones and like driving them into lakes and all sorts of dumb shit. It's great.
But
I bounced
have you
this one
heard-
off of the roof of one of the nearby buildings, and the worst thing that happened to it was that these little things broke. Just these couple little
Oh, yeah,
ones
they're-
here.
Man,
Yeah, but Yeah, I think I might just snip all of these safety. Yeah, isn't this the beginning of a horrible video about to happen? I think I'm just gonna snip all of these safety guards off of this thing.
Well, you did say that you were going to do 2 videos a week, and I just gave you a great idea for what category the next one's going to be.
The next time we see Victor, he's gonna have an eye patch.
Victor's going to be a true driver dog.
So here's the
that's
thing
it.
about drones: is in the DC area, they are banned.
Yeah.
They have banned all drones within 30 miles of Reagan Airport, and 30 miles of Reagan Airport is as far
Everywhere.
away as my house is from Reagan Airport, and it's a 45-minute drive.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Jesus, our rules are more restrictive than yours, and even we only have 5-kilometer radius around any airport or landing pad.
Yeah, well, DC is special.
Yeah, well, yeah, because presidents and Pentagon and stuff.
Like I said, special.
professional.
Dude, you could fire a fucking RPG at the outer wall of the Pentagon and it won't actually do that much. I don't think a parrot drone is going to do very much if you ram it into the Pentagon.
It's not about damage, it's about espionage, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Like they're not really worried about that thing attacking the president. They're worried about it learning the patterns of the guards on the roof or something.
They're
Wouldn't
clockwise.
it be
obviously.
hilarious?
Well, wait,
Obama's
can't
there.
you just do that from like a hotel window with a telescope?
No, they actually keep. There's not a really good sightline to
I
any
don't think there's
worthwhile
pretty much
officers
anything that
spying onto
does.
the Pentagon.
Really? There's not good lines of sight on the Pentagon.
Not anywhere that it's worth spying on was the qualifier there.
Hmm.
And also they do all sorts of other weird shit that helps prevent basically someone grabbing a big dirty telephoto lens and fucking looking at stuff.
It's actually not that hard to see the Pentagon. The Pentagon's sort of right there. But
Yeah.
the White House is actually weirdly tucked away. Like it's hard to get a sightline on the White House.
Hmm.
Other
man,
than
just imagine.
standing in the field between it and the Washington Monument, and when you do that, you're there. Hi, I'm spying on the White House.
Just imagine, right? Obama's there, he's standing at the podium, he's delivering a speech, and then suddenly he just gets attacked by a swarm of tiny, tiny little drones, just all flying at him and bouncing off him.
Now you're making me wonder if I can fit a little, because I have a little Arduino Mini somewhere around here. I could probably put that on here with a gyro,
Sure,
maybe a
but
little
better.
GPS antenna. Zzz, you know.
Better is today's
Zip around.
XKCD.
Oh,
the
yeah,
one-
guy gets carried away. Yeah. Well, natural course of things, it's gonna happen.
Actually, speaking of tiny swarms of things,
Circle
I was
of life.
thinking the other day, if you, like in Harry Potter, if you're one of those fellas who fights against Voldemort, who likes the killing curse, and the killing curse stops when it strikes something that it can kill.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that in the universe, insects have souls because they use the killing curse on that spider and it stops and doesn't just go through the desk and whatever else. Do you think if you were fighting Voldemort, you could probably get away with just armoring yourself with a coating of bees?
Yeah, probably.
Oh no! He's covered in bees!
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They never said that it requires a soul, right? I thought it was just living things.
So what, you just cover yourself in bacteria?
I don't know. I mean, I do that anyway, just,
You're
Well,
already covered.
People are normally pretty covered in bacteria, and it still seems to work. So there
Anyway.
seems to be a threshold on the level of life that it must take.
Here's the thing.
Well, maybe it has splash damage.
Well, no, if you read, what is it, Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality, there is an explanation that actually might make sense. So the idea is that magic, most spells are not objective. Like, it won't kill the thing with the soul. It'll kill the thing that, like, you know how humans think in abstractions, right?
Sure.
So if I'm thinking kill you, I'm not thinking kill these billion cells of you. Just like when I'm thinking transmute this object into this other object, I'm not thinking of the actual atoms. Well, in Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality, one of the kind of breakthroughs that Harry has is because he's a scientist, he can think about these different levels of, reality, right?
Abstraction. Yeah.
So he eventually realizes that he can transmute, like, half of an object into another object if he thinks about it as, like, of the individual atoms, like, at such a small scale. Whereas if you think about it as the object itself, it doesn't work. So I think maybe the killing curse could potentially work like that. If you conceptualize the thing you want to kill as an ant, you kill the ant. If you conceptualize it as, this like cluster of cells, and it's very hard for humans to do that. Like, you have to really grok that conception, which is very, very difficult.
Welcome to the Harry Potter Rationalization Podcast, where we
But I
discuss
think-
the finer
I think-
workings of the
I
Harry
think that would
Potter
work.
magic universe.
So does that mean that you can therefore kill any sorts of common infections, colds, viruses, things like that, with
Hypothetically,
the
yes.
killing curse?
Hypothetically, yes.
Right, we just Harry Pottered fucking bird flu.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. Well, so we have the consensus is no. 2016 will not be the year of the drone. We'll just have to see how that pans out. So right then, anything else you guys want to talk about? You guys got any plugs? You want to plug a thing?
Yeah, I'll plug two things.
Okay.
The first thing I want to plug is A History of the Future in 100 Objects, which is pretty good and also very short. The second thing I want to plug is Neil Stephenson's new book, which is actually good. Like, the ideas are good because his ideas are always interesting, but the writing is readable. Like, it's not, as much as I love Snow Crash, it is not great. But his new book, Seven Eves, is sort of a combination of The Martian and like far future business. Most of it is near future, International Space Station, oh shit, the moon exploded, what do we do? And a lot of like that kind of Apollo 13, oh no, we've got these things, how do we, build a society? And then the end bit is the far future kind of political dealio. It's very fun.
All right, George, you got anything you want to plug?
I have a video, a Facebook video, that everyone needs to see.
Excellent.
All right, here we go. Facebook video.
Oh, this guy.
Oop, turn down the. Wow. Okay then.
Like I said.
I wish I could be that
All
smooth
right.
walking on snow, but no, when I walk on snow, it looks like Bambi just got battered with a fucking iron pole.
He looks sort of wobbly in the beginning, and then he is just
That's excellent.
fucking gangster
Smooth
the
as
whole way
fuck.
down.
Nelson, if you look at that map you just sent us a minute ago, if you look right on the border between Utah and Colorado, there's a place where you can't fly your drones that just says dinosaur.
Well, that's a good reason why you can't fly your drones there.
In looking at this map, it is entirely. My entire neighborhood is a no-fly zone, apparently.
Ha. Why is
Yeah.
that? Like your the lax?
The Van Nuys Airport, very small airport. Yeah,
So
LAX is much
they're gonna
farther
kill it.
south than me. Yeah, basically.
Why is
All right,
DC
Sherba, anything you want to plug?
Oh, actually, I just thought of something after you said it. Does that count? I have
Sure.
two things. One is
Okay.
very short, and you will learn something. It is educational. See, the thing with cables is when you coil them up, most people just go, yep, coil, coil, coil. Like just over, making loops.
Mhm.
That actually puts a big twist in the cable that not only makes them uncoil all twisted, it
Mhm.
also fucks up your cables by destroying all the internal shielding, especially if
Yep.
you're working with sound and video cables which have sensitive copper shielding. Pardon me.
Mhm.
So, London School of Sound to the rescue with a video on how to actually properly wrap cables. The other advantage is if you do this with rope, you can throw that rope and it will stay straight and true, no matter how you throw it, it just goes dead straight because it uncoils neatly and doesn't twist.
Yep.
So
If I recall
there's
correctly,
one.
you have to go with the grain of it, as it were. If it was wood, you want to go with the natural direction of the wire.
Sort of. Use the natural loop of it to get the size of your loop, and then you alternate directions on which way you loop it.
You're talking about over and under.
Yes.
Yeah. Victor, I'm surprised you don't know about that.
Well, I was taught to just go with the natural thing of it, not to reverse it. So.
Yeah, you alternate the loops, because that takes the twist out of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the other
very
is
cool.
a webcomic by the excellent... I'm just making sure she puts her name on her website. I'm just going to go with from the excellent Montrose. Yes, it is a pretty good comic, and you should read it. It is called Sparkling... Jesus Christ, make sure I get the words in the right order. I almost went, like, backwards ass around. Fucking Sparkling Generation Valkyrie Yuki. It is pretty good. It is a kind of affectionate parody
That
of
sounds
magical
like-
girl stuff and Norse mythology. You will enjoy it.
That sounds like an anime put together with cards from Channel A. That's.
Hey man, some of those Channel A shows were really good.
All right. I only have one thing of the day. One thing to recommend. One shout out. One thingy. And that is for you guys to check out. Latest episode of Sounds of the Commons. Uploaded it recently. Music is high quality. And Content ID has already nabbed me on it, and I'm fighting it. But do check it out. It's fun. And all right, guys. Well, that's it. Thanks. That was an excellent show. We are just barely under time. Thanks to Nelson, Churba, George for yet another excellent show. And you will hear from us next time on Acceptable Vices. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Buy your PAX tickets for PAX Australia so that Yug doesn't cry, because he is not a pretty crier.
I thought this was Friday Night Party Line.
It is Friday Night Party
Next
Line.
episode is Acceptable Vices. All right.
Oh, okay.
Or at least it was. I'm not sure if it is now. We done?
It is.
Nelson's still waving.
Yeah, we're done.